In the heart of an ancient jungle, three explorers stand at the edge of legend. Drawn together by fate, they uncover a long-lost temple shrouded in mystery. There, hidden beneath dust and time, lies an artifact unlike any other.
In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to generate quality AI videos for 100% free. From generating the images into making these images an actual video. So we are going to be using the best AI image generator, which is absolutely free. Now, the issue that you might come across while trying to use this is creating consistent character models throughout your video, which is one of the tasking thing while using these free AI tools. But I'm going to be showing you how to go over them and be able to come out with consistent characters without losing any quality. Why would you want to generate AI videos? The thing is that this is the current trend, this is what is going on now, and this is what thousands of people are using to make a lot of money, including myself. So if you are not doing it, you are leaving money on the table. And if you go through this video in details without skipping any parts, you should be able to generate quality AI videos that have consistent characters throughout for absolutely free. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to be doing is to generate the AI images. Now the tool that we're going to be using is the ImageFX by Google. The reason why we're going to be using it is because it is free and it generates really cool images, right? Top quality images. So it's one of the best choices when it comes to using free AI image generators. Right, so the first I'm going to be doing is using ImageFX. Right, so the link to this particular tool is in the description, so you would want to check that out. So if you just log in with your Google, right? I'm going to be logging in with my Google account or Gmail account. Right, so this is ImageFX. So now what you want to do is to actually write a good prompt for our image, right? So prompt is what we put into this place here, right, to get out the images that we want, right? Because by the time we get out those images, we'll be able to animate them properly. Alright, so this is what we want to do. So here is our prompt. So let's get our prompt. So this is our prompt. Now the thing is, you want to have a very good prompt because for example, let's say you are creating videos that are going to have different kind of characters, maybe from 2 to 3 characters or 5 characters or even more than that, right? So make sure you have the description of each character, right? For example, let me say your story, let's say if it's going to be a story kind of video or maybe an advert kind of video. I'm going to be showing you a particular video that I made for a brand at the end or I mean anywhere, so stick around so you should be able to see what I'm talking about, right? So it might not be perfect, right? But I mean, it creates almost, because we are being specific with what the character is wearing, what they are putting on their accessories, everything from their hair color, their jawline, and everything. So you want to be able to, be able to write everything in detail. So before you start animate and everything, make sure you have a description for every character, right? For example, let's say you are writing or you are creating a series, right? So a kind of a story or maybe a Bible story where you're going to be having like 5 characters, right? So the first character, let's say the person's name is Ben, right? So you should have a description for Ben, the face and everything should be there. You should have a separate document that contains that, so you'll be able to, I mean, you can still use AI, you can use AI to describe this whole thing, right? So to describe each character. And once you want to create a scene now containing these characters, you can now put them off into into your AI video. If you're trying to prompt AI to give you a scene, right? So you put in those characters into your prompts, right? Because you tell AI, okay, let this character, and you write the description. Let the character be doing this, let the character be doing this, yeah. Let this other character, you put the description. So it will be able to have consistency in whatever you are working on. So we don't have a character here wearing or having a black hair. I mean, so you need to have a consistent description of each character, right? So of course there'll be videos coming where we're going to be looking at how to prompt these AIs, and how to write the right prompts, and also how to use AI to generate these prompts for us instead of us think it. But you need to have an idea before you can give it to AI, so AI will actually know where you're coming from. And if you don't have any idea, you can also prompt the AI. And so we'll be going over that in a separate video. But for now, I'm going to be using this particular prompts right here. So I'm going to copy this and give it to image FX. So alright, so we paste it here. Now once you paste it, you would want to check out the settings here. Now this seed here is what you use if you have generated the character before and you want to stay consistent. For example, the way it looks like and everything. So you want to stay consistent. So make sure you copy down the seed once you have generated it and you like that particular one that you generated. You want to copy the seed and maybe paste it somewhere so you will be able to use it over and over again throughout the series of that. Maybe if it's a story, if it's an advert video, you want to keep that seed somewhere. Alright, so before you go over to click on the create, you want to go over the quality. Just keep the quality the way it is. Then you can choose your aspect ratio. You can choose square, portraits, whatever. I'm going to be sticking to the landscape option. So then I'm going to go over to click on create. So let's see what we come up with here. Alright, so here is the image. So you can keep prompting and prompting and prompting until you see what you like, right? So of course this actually looked like what I generated before, so maybe you might be using this, but for the sake of this video not being too long here, I'm just going to be going over what I've already done, how I did it, and so you'll be able to replicate that for your own projects. So you would want to download any of this image here. So this looks like what I've already done, so I'll just click on download here, so I'll be able to have it in my system. And the next thing we want to do is to generate the video from these images, right? I'm going to be showing you the tool that helps me to generate quality AI videos. Alright, so here is the tool. So it is still owned by Google. So the tool we are going to be using is in Google AI Studio. Right, so we're going to be clicking on this so we see the tool. Alright, so this is AI, or the Google AI Studio, right? So there are a lot of things here. So you could have AI converting native speech or maybe text to speech, and most of these are actually free, so you can actually check them out. So we also have live audio to audio dialogue, right? So a lot of tools right here, but the one we're going to be using is in the media. So click on the generate media, and we want to go over to, you could just click on any video right here. So I'm going to be clicking on this particular video right here. So I'm going to be uploading my own image right here, so I'll be able to generate my own image, my own video from my image, right? So let's get started. So I'm going to be clicking on upload. All right, so here is my, I think, yeah, this is my image. All right, so it's now time to put in my prompts. All right, so here's our first prompt. I'm going to copy this, and we are going to be pasting this on this section right here. So you want to erase this and put your prompts right here. Right, so this is my prompt, and I make this still image of the 3 futuristic characters standing before an ancient jungle temple, all of those stuff. So make sure your prompt is very, very important here. Your prompt is very, very important here, so you'll be able to have a very good and realistic scene. So I'm going to click on the run button. Now most of the time, once you click on the run button, it might not go that moment, right? It's because a lot of people are trying to use this particular model because it is free. So you want to wait and also click on it. So right now it is currently generating my image, or my video rather. This is looking really, really cool already. I'm going to be using the one that I generated before, so we don't make this video too long. If you don't like it, you can regenerate it again. Maybe you can tweak your prompt, so we have different variation to see what is going on. Now here you can do a lot of settings here. You can change the number of results you want to get here. Right, so I always like to keep it 1. We can choose an aspect ratio here. But remember, we want to go with the 16:9. So we go with 16:9. The duration is 5. Frame rate 24 frames per second. The resolution is around 7020 pixels. Now, the most important thing here that we want to get here is the part where this particular scene ended. We want to take that particular part as an image, right? So we want to take that frame out, so we'll be able to generate another, video with that particular frame. The reason why we are doing that is that we want to make sure that there is a flow from each cut. It will create this seamless flow, right? So that it looks as if it's still the same video, whereas it is not the same video. So we want to do that. So how do we take out that frame? You don't want to screenshot, right? You don't want to screenshot this particular frame. You want to take this particular video to another tool that will bring out the last frame for you, depending on which frame you want to take. If it is the mid frame, or any frame at all, you can take it out using another tool. So here is the tool that we can use to do that, which is the frame extractor. So we want to go to select video, and you want to go to the exact view that you want to use. So here is it. Upload it. You can scroll to where you want to extract, right? So you want to extract the last part, this last part here. So click on extract. Maybe you can take it back a little bit. So okay, so we can use this. So click on download. Save this. Now, most of the frames that you're going to be exporting right here might not be of high quality, so we want to be upscaling it so we have a very more sharp kind of image. So let's go to Canva, right? Canva is free. Remember, my aspect ratio is let's go with 3840 by 2160. You could either go with 3840 with 2160, or you go with 1080 by 1920. So I think let's go with 1920 by 1080. So let's go with this. So create new design. Now you want to bring your image in, right? So we want to bring in our image right here. Here's our image. Here we go. So you want to scale this. You fill the screen. Once that's done, you want to go to show more and see if there's any tool here that we could use. I think you could go down to see image upscale right here. So this is image upscale. If you can't find it here, make sure to go to where you can add more apps. So go to add more apps and you can search through it and you will be able to see it. So make sure you click on here. Once you click on here, you can search for the app right here. So search for image upscaler, right? So you'll be able to add it to your apps. So I'm going to be clicking on the image upscaler. I'm going to be selecting our image, and you can use the 4x, use the 8x. So, but I would like to use 4x, or sometimes even 2x is what you need. Right, so, but let's go with the 4x. Let's click on upscale. So you want to click on the replace. As once you have already upscaled, you click on replace to be able to replace it. Now the quality has been restored. You can see how sharp this looks. So you want to go to share, download, and download. All right, so let's go and animate this particular one again. So we have this kind of flow that I'm talking about. So let's go to, all right, so we want to upload that particular image that we just exported from Canva. Here we go. Now this is where we use the next prompts. Let's go to the next prompt. This prompt 2. Let's copy this and paste it right here. click on run. All right, so the next video is ready. So let's see what this looks like. Okay, cool. Almost looks like what I've done before, but I mean this looks a little bit different. So we can export this, right? We can also export this, but I'm still going to be sticking to what I've done before, so we don't make this video too long. And we're going to be doing the same thing right here again. We're going to be downloading this video and giving it to this particular, frame extractor, right? So we'll be able to extract the last frame. So once you have extracted the last frame, you still repeat the same thing again. Now this, frame extraction and all of those stuff should happen in a particular scene, right? So once you're working with the same scene, you want some things to happen in that same scene. That is when you start exporting, extracting frames, right, from those videos, so you'll be able to do those or perform those activities or those things right there. But once you are going over, because I mean a series should not have just one scene, right? There are different scenes in a series, right? So once you're going over to the next scene, of course you have to go back to your what's it called, to your image generator, so you'll be able to generate a new scene, new images and all of those stuff, so you'll be able to animate it again, do frame extraction and all of those stuff, right? So of course in the next video, right, we'll be talking about maybe things like how I was able to voice this and the tools that I use, the free tools and the non-free tools and the tools that actually charge you, very little, just little, right? So the next thing I want to do, right, is to actually gather these whole videos that we generated now. So once you generated everything, you want to take everything and take it over to CapCut, maybe Premiere Pro. So, but I mean, the most used is actually CapCut, because I mean content creators use that, and the reason why people use it is because it is very, very simple and still creates really, really cool videos for you. All right, so let's go over to CapCut and start bringing in these videos and trying to layer it. But I mean, there won't be any need to do that because I've actually done this. I'm just going to be showing you how I did everything, the void, the sound effects that I use, and all of those stuff. So here we are in CapCut. So this is what I did. So this is the media, because we have different videos that we generated. The first one, the second one, the third one, right? So I brought in each videos that I did. I brought it in here, right, and layer it according to the flow, right? You want to layer it according to the flow, the way it's supposed to be. So here is it according to the flow. Now one thing you also want to do again is that in between each video, right, in between each video, you want to put in a transition, right? There's a particular transition CapCut that I really like, that actually will help you to blend it more, right, to make it to have this flow into the next scene, so it's not that detectable, right? You might actually detect it. Let's go over to transitions. You want to go to mix, right? You want to always use this mix, or you want to use this particular mix. It always works. It always works, right? So, and after that, I added this my voiceover, right? I added my voiceover. It's actually an AI voiceover. So, meaning, like I said before, in the next video, we're talking about generating AI voiceovers, the best tools to use, the most natural kind of voiceovers, the ones that are free, the ones that are not, right? So then I added this particular sound or background sound, because I mean it's a kind of a tensed kind of video, so you want to add a sound that actually goes with that kind of story, right? You want to add videos that have suspension kind of or some kind of cinematic kind of feel, right? So and feel free to add in any kind of sound effects, right, depending on what is going on in the scene. Right? So I mean, you could recreate this and maybe let me see what you created, and for you to show me what you created, you can join my Telegram channel, right, which will be in the description. So if you have any question, right, maybe you want me to create a particular video, maybe that you are confused, that you watched elsewhere and you're confused about it, right? You want me to recreate it and make it, more simpler for you, you can comment it in the comment section, right? And I'll make sure to create that video. Once you comment it, I'll make sure to create that video. to move in the same pace. So, but make sure you like this video. It's very, very important. Make sure to like this video. You can share it to your friends. And I will see you in the next video.